Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Zareth Sings to You, apparently. No, Zareth prevails, of course, but we're in the plan, and it's my weekly show that discusses all things Holotable wise. There's a lot to be talked about, guys. There's, CG's off on their vacation, but Territory Battle is underway, and there are things going on with that. One of the biggest content creators ever to make content for this game is hanging it up, and we're going to talk about Set 6 just a little bit in case you haven't heard anything about it. So let's jump into it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Help me mount the algorithm, folks, please. It would be so nice. We're almost to 15,000. We won't make it this year, I don't think, unless we have some kind of crazy late surge. However, there is a lot of we're almost there, and I don't know what we're gonna do to celebrate 15K, guys. It's a lot. Maybe I'll do a GAC stream on YouTube or something. That seems kind of fun. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. What should we do to celebrate 15,000? Should we just go about business as usual? Keep in mind to hit that bell if you want that daily content, folks, if you want notifications. I think that's what it's for. I'm too cowardly to do it myself, but you guys could do it. Prove me wrong or something. Alright, so for those of you who are okay with Datacrons, and frankly, even for those of you who don't love Datacrons but want to help your guild, I've put out a few videos about Datacrons, and I'm not going to belabor the point today, right now. All I'm going to say is that Set 6 looks really fun, and it looks like a lot better in terms of all the mechanics and stuff, a lot less broken than Set 4. There are a lot of really kind of complex mechanics and stuff, and so I would recommend going to check out my videos on it. I have a Set 6 video and a big game hunting video. They're both in the last few days, discussing all the mechanics and my plans for them. I also have this infographic that you can find in my Discord server if that's something that you're interested in checking out as well. Go to my Discord server. It's found in the video description and the link to it. And once you get there, you can go to the infographics channel, and it's right there. The infographics channel is toward the bottom. The Discord server just hit 5,000 members as well, folks. So huge props to myself, apparently, and and the other people running it, the moderators, and of course my Gambit co-host, Solo Base 15. He's done a huge amount of work on it as well. In fact, I think he owns it. I call it mine, but it's I think it's his technically. Anyways, moving on. One of the biggest content creators ever to make content for this game is hanging it up, and Cubs fan Cubs fan Han, depending on if you're Lando or not, is saying goodbye to Galaxy of Heroes, and there's a lot of mixed feelings there for me. I mean, it's not a surprise that he's leaving. I mean, he's been losing momentum for a while, right? I mean, he did it professionally for a little bit, and then it just stopped, it stopped being viable, I think, which is a huge blow to me, because I would love to do this professionally, but for Galaxy of Heroes, I don't think that's that viable, unless I put on a Grand Admiral uniform, or maybe like an Ensign uniform, something like that. I'm probably not going to make it as a professional content creator. We just have to face the truth, or maybe somehow we can stop charging so much for insurance, and then I could do it, because I was close for a while until I realized insurance is expensive, which is, fun. Anyways, folks, this isn't about me as much as Cubs. I just want to say, I know that there's been controversy around him, or whatever you want to say, people are always going to be negative or positive, whatever, and what I am going to say is that this channel has always really appreciated him. He gave me a huge boost in subs, over 500 new subs at one point early on. Like, I think I was less than 5,000 subs at the time, and he gave me a huge boost, lots of publicity. You know, he got 10K views on his video, and you know, so that's great. But at the end of the day, like, he hooked me up with a ton of new views, and like, it really propelled this channel into having a lot more momentum than it probably would have for a long time. And I mean, that boost is you can't understate how important that was for this channel. And beyond that, you know, he and I have collaborated a few other times. He's a good dude, and I for one will be sad to see him go. You know, he's not as competitive as me or whatever, but almost no one is, frankly. And that's not saying skill wise, just, you know, he's not as cutthroat as me. So one way or another, guys, you know, good luck to Cubs wherever he's going, and I do genuinely wish you well, Cubs. If you're watching this somehow, if someone links this to you, I really hope you find something awesome. Your production value has always been an inspiration to me, and I hope that one day I can, you know, I don't know, make it up to that level of production value. I can't do it. You do a great job. So, anyways, folks, you know, nothing negative about Cubs, nothing at all. He's a good dude, and it will be a lesser place, the content sphere of Galaxy of Heroes. So, in terms of new content coming up, guys, I'm going to be doing my year-end review soon. I guess I'm going to have to release it on a Saturday, which is not my very favorite thing, because Saturday is not a high viewership day, but stay tuned for that. That'll be good. Last time I released one, it was actually, so believe it or not, it was the end of this current year, or this last year, and it actually got a lot of views, if I remember right, so that was fun. Fun for me, hopefully fun for the viewers as well. Now, this is something I'm working on here, folks. I've been trying to do this forever. It's just so hard to find time for anything, guys, but I've been wanting to thank my patrons forever at the start of every video, and I think I finally have a system worked out that I can do it without it taking a crazy amount of time. It was just starting to take a crazy amount of time, and so this is just a template for what it's going to be, but start expecting that at the start, toward the start of this next year. And to all my patrons, I just want to say huge thank you to you guys. I mean, you've made so many awesome things possible on this channel, and you don't get thanked by me enough. Thank you guys so much for everything, and you know, hopefully we can update this list every week and actually get people the recognition that they deserve. So thank you guys. Now, 5v5 is over. We're looking into 3v3, and hopefully you guys don't hate life too much. I think we're gonna have, I didn't even put this as a slide, but I think we're all gonna get squished down again. And you know, whether or not CG is intending to squish us down, I think that's just gonna happen, because the skill squish is a thing that they don't seem to be noticing at all, and right now they're on their vacation. I doubt they've changed anything about the skill squish. Maybe they will eventually, maybe they won't, but one way or another, I think we'll all get squished down, and it'll feel bad, because for those of us who had good records, it's just going to kind of negate that in terms of our total skill score. Like, I'll be under 4,000 for the first time in a very, very long time on my main account, even though I went 5 and 4, which is like the treading water. You know, I ended up with a few more skill points than I ended on, or than I started with, but those will all, I mean, last time I drained, I think, 120 total skill points, so, you know, I'm slowly circling the drain myself on my main account. My alt is also, like, I'm closer than ever to Kyber 1, well, other than the times that I actually did make it into Kyber 1, but I went 6 and 3, guys, with 2 Galactic Legends in Kyber 2, and, you know, I even beat someone with 7 Galactic Legends. Like, it was, I don't know, for fear of you know, too much self-aggrandizement, I think it was fairly impressive. I had a good record, I had a good season, and I don't know, you know, you beat all these accounts with, you know, huge Galactic Legend counts, and they're better mods, they're better all these things, and well, I guess we'll see how this next season goes. 3v3 was set, instead of set 4, we'll have set 6. I guess we'll see. How did you guys do in 5v5? You're gonna miss it? Do you love 3v3? Here's something that I pointed out in Crate Expectations, but it's over on Sarah's side of the coin. So I wanted to point this out though, folks. The daily deals thing that some people are experiencing, this is something that is right next to your Bronzium. That's why I kept the... I know that people are going to have OCD issues with this Bronzium data card thing on the left-hand side with the little dot next to it, because I didn't claim it yet. But what I want you to look at, if you can, are the 3 daily deals on the right, or to the right of it. And this is something I thought that everyone was getting, but what we discovered was only specific accounts are getting this. And actually, I originally thought that my alt was getting it as well, but I was mistaken. I was wrong about that, unfortunately. Hate being wrong, hate telling people things that are false, you know, and finding out afterward. But my alt doesn't get this. People from all over the world don't get this. Some people from all over the world do get it. Like, it just seems kind of random. And these deals are actually fairly good sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes it's like, wow, that's pretty atrocious. But they're actually fairly useful, and they're better deals than the crystals that like the crystal prices that come with them. So just something to keep in mind. It looks like CG's working on trying to get us more packs. Not, I mean, I don't know if that's like yay or just neutral or what, but it is something that I think is coming up. I hope that they keep these daily deals, because they are better for at least in some ways than all the crystal prices for the relic mats. So let's see. All right, something you know, real life talk here, folks. This account is, as always, it's built on a foundation of GAC. That's what I started making actual content for, was GAC. I just did my GAC recaps, and that was it. You know, and then I expanded over time a little bit here and there, and it's kind of shifted. It's not 100% GAC anymore, even though GAC remains the most important and most interesting game mode for me by a pretty big margin. It's not my only thing that I cover now, and you know, the problem is people are still want me to post every single GAC match, and I want to. I would love to. I just don't know if I have the time, folks. If I could just sit down with edited video and just do commentary and that's it, wonderful. That would be so easy. I could do that. But the preparation it takes to do a GAC video is pretty substantial, and you know, and then when I'm done, I have to do the timestamps and everything. It's a lot of work, and at the end of the day, I also just don't have enough time slots to be able to put out 9 GAC videos every month, not to mention my alt videos. And so I don't know. I'm asking your opinions of, like, what are your thoughts? I know that some people watch me who don't even like GAC and don't play it. I know that some people only watch me because of GAC, and they're getting frustrated that I don't put out enough GAC videos. You know, I get criticisms from people when I post when I'm like, oh, well, we're skipping a couple GACs here, and one of them's a loss, and people are like, oh my gosh, like, you don't have integrity, you're not showing us your losses. And I'm like, I mean, you guys can go watch me lose live on Twitch anytime you want. Like, I stream every single match that I possibly can, and so, I mean, at the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me and for my channel and for growth and everything. And so, I'm just curious what your thoughts are. Like, should GAC is the lifeblood of this channel, and that's not going to change. The second I start hating GAC is this time that I hang up my own hat, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. But I don't know. What would you guys like to see for this channel? What's just curious. What do you think? Now, all right, let's move on to the Reva Mission. My main account and my alt account both have at the right level of Inquisition to be able to or in Reva Mission, as you can see, Professor X actually did get the rewards pretty easy. My main account, however, I did my stream. While I was streaming, I tried to do the Reva Mission, and I failed because I had the wrong time of being able, like I used the AoE, which is also a cleanse, on Grand Inquisitor. I used it too early. It was one turn too early, and that I knew it immediately, recognized that that was a fail point, and you know, like the time before that I had done it, I remembered to wait until I had, you know, 8 or 9 stacks of dots before I did the AoE to cleanse it, and this time I just didn't. I just button mashed at the wrong time, and in front of everyone, I failed, and my guild has only had, I think we're going to have 45 attempts, and I will be one of the only 3 people to fail it. And I guess what I want to say, folks, is I knew the right way of doing it. Like, I knew the mechanics. I've been watching people stream it a lot, actually, and I know what you're supposed to do. And all I'm gonna say is it was actually salvageable after I did my fail, and I could have done better. Like, I could have fixed it, in fact, and you know, like people in the chat actually met, you know, people from my guild messaged me, like well, you know, they sent messages in chat, and I was so anxious from my failure that I just continued to, like, I just surged forward. Instead of just regrouping, I kind of went on tilt, and I just kind of button mashed some more. And I guess what I'm saying is, guys, if you have an opportunity to stream it with your guild and kind of have everyone put their heads together and figure out what the best methods are, until you know how to do it really well, I would recommend just putting aside your pride and just doing it, guys, because we could have salvaged it even after my huge blunder, but I didn't. And you know, that's part of the nature of being a streamer. Like, you want to show these things, you know, to everyone. Even though I failed, it sucks that I did. You know, I don't regret streaming it in front of everyone, but if you could stream it a lot, like in Discord with other people, I would highly recommend it. It just really sucks that I failed. You know, and it's my fault. I'm not blaming anyone else. I just you know, huge regrets on that end, folks. So one thing that I do want to mention, the Reva Mission might change because, and this is coming from Solo Base 15, I know that there was, he got it from Sig, who's the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes events server guy, who, you know, he does all the data mine stuff and everything. Apparently they data mined it and found that Jawa Scavenger is missing a tag, which means like that they're not applying thermal detonators the way they should, and it seems like that's something CG might fix in the long run. I don't really know, but if it does, then thermal detonators are going to be placed more often, and the strategies for the Reva Mission are going to have to shift pretty substantially. So, you know, get your Reva Mission get Reva shards while you can. It may be substantially more difficult in the future. And I don't have the source from Solo. I'm just taking him because he ends up being right about these things most of the time. So, you know, he's a worthy source. But yeah, yikes a little bit. I was hoping that we'd just stick around for this level of difficulty for the Reva Mission, frankly, folks. And it looks like we've reached the end of my slides. So, what are your thoughts, folks? What are you doing this week? You getting ready for 3v3? Would love to hear from you. You know, one more shout out to Cubs fan Han. Have a good one, man. You know, wherever you go. One way or another, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xerath prevails. We'll see you this weekend, potentially. Gosh, content on the weekend.